Hey guys, welcome back to the channel. Today we are going to break down some new content that we got from NHL 21. It's going to work a little bit differently than anything that they've released yet. I'm excited to talk to you about that, but don't forget guys, tonight, 9 p.m. Eastern Time on my Twitch channel. Link is down below if you haven't followed me on Twitch yet. At 9 p.m. Eastern Time, it's Team Build Tuesday. Every Tuesday night, anyone that has subscribed to my Twitch channel, we throw your name in a hat and we start picking names and we just start going through everyone's team. We take a look at the auction house, what cards like live, who you should go after. I usually have some guests on like Junior Pens or Nuge or Henrique even last week. So I'm excited about that. And make sure guys, if you are going to purchase some G Fuel this holiday season, use code NOSLEEVE, save yourself some money. Grab that hype sauce, best flavor in my opinion right now. Let's get into today's content though. Alright, so the four cards we need to talk about are these: AKIL Thomas, RASMUS KUPARI, Adam BOQVIST, and ALEXANDRE TEXIER. And we're going to need to talk about them because the value that they're going to go for, as well as how you acquire them, is pretty different than anything else that we've had so far in Hockey Ultimate Team. Also, shout out to my man AKIL Thomas. This is a hoodie of his, an exclusive Ice Dogs hoodie from his company. It is absolutely fire. He is an awesome kid, and that stick back there is actually an autograph AKIL Thomas stick. Big Ice Dogs fan. Sad to see him go, but it was awesome to see him win the gold medal with the World Juniors last year. So he is going to be a card that I target. But how you acquire them, again, let's go over that real quick. So first, we'll take a look at the four cards that did come out. All right, so we will start with the 88 AKIL Thomas. 6 foot, 181, has distributor, which obviously is extremely valuable. And wingman, again, wingman, not really one that you look to activate, but distributor, extremely important, obviously. He's got high 80s, low 90s shooting, and basically you're all right around 90 skating. Hand stats, again, high 80s as well. And then defensively, it's not bad. 87 body checking, as well as 87 stick checking, 86 awareness. Honestly, at face value, this is a light version of Jerome Iginla. At 84 faceoffs, you can't really use him at, you can use him at center, but again, the faceoff and how faceoffs work is basically if you do the counter, you can still win if you're 12 points higher than your opponent. So if someone has 96 overall faceoffs, which I don't really think anyone does outside of someone having Thief, then as long as you do the counter, you'll still win. So a good thing to keep in mind there. But nonetheless, you're probably going to play him on the wing if you're going to invest that much coin in him. I don't know, so I'd have to see. But does have distributor, so that does give him some value, a card that I am going to try and acquire. Then we've got the 88 Alexandre Texier from France with Barrage, which in my opinion is one of the worst synergies that you can get team-based wise. And then Howitzer, which is the best, player-based synergy. So that kind of saves his value. 88 speed, 92 agility, and then before synergies, if you have distributor, up to 91. And then his shot is pretty good as well. 93 wrist shot power, 89 accuracy. This is a true winger card, even though he's listed as a center with only 76 faceoffs. You're playing him on the wing, and he does fit that build pretty well. Also has 92 body checking and 90 hand stats. Left-handed cards are hard to come by, so this is a pretty decent card. If he had a better team synergy, he'd be insanely valuable, but not a bad card at all, left-handed wise. Then we've got the 88 RASMUS KUPARI with Spark and Speedster. In all honesty, at 6'1", 183, this is basically Saku Koivu that hits better, although he's got a little bit less speed. But a very, very good card regardless. Again, if you have distributor activated up to 91 speed, he has 99 shot power for his wrist shot. You're going to play him at center with 88 on the draw. Obviously, Koivu has a little bit better faceoffs as well. But a very, very good card. And just taking a look at the stats, synergies, and the card value and everything, this is probably the best of the bunch by quite a large margin in my opinion, especially if you can activate Spark. But a very, very good card, and definitely one that a lot of people will try and go after. He will be expensive, though. And lastly, we've got the 88 Adam BOQVIST with Swarm and Shutdown. Honestly, Shutdown's not really one you're going to look to activate, but he does have 88 speed, 87 agility, and with right-handers being so, available, the fact that he's only got 78 body checking is pretty tough, just because of all the high-end right-handed defensemen that are available. Basically, like Drew Doughty, I'm going to show you my team after because I made some huge changes, but Drew Doughty is basically the better version of Adam BOQVIST, so when you're looking at prices, you have to kind of consider that you could get Doughty for a little bit more than Adam BOQVIST. His shot's good, though. This is a very, very good card in its own, but there's just so much competition at the top that should drive down his cost, and hopefully it does. All right, so now let's talk about how you acquire them, because you only have until Thursday to actually do this set, all right? So how you acquire them is with, whoops, 1 second, is the random 88 overall Winternational set. Okay, so you have 2 days basically, today and tomorrow, to get this set done. It's going to cost you 6 gold collectibles and a Winternational collectible as well. So you have to keep in mind, that's 300k in value, and again, it is a random 88, meaning that you do not get to pick what card. So if you have a very specific need, so let's say your team is pretty stacked and you really need KUPARI because he'll help get you Spark and Speedster, that is not the route you want to take, because you have a 25% chance to actually get that card, and wouldn't recommend risking 300k on it. Now, he will be tradable, so if you get the card that you don't want, you can always sell him in the auction house, but we're going to go and take a look at the prices right now and where I think that you should probably settle in at. All right, so first we'll take a look at Adam BOQVIST. So 225, 219 to grab this card. And again, that's not a terrible value. Again, there are a lot of good right-handed defensemen, but unless you're activating Swarm, this is probably an avoid, because again, there's so many good right-handed defensemen that it's pretty tough. Like, you could get basically Shea Theodore on the other side for the same cost. And when you're looking at, you know, this card specifically, you have to tie in that DOUGHTY is a little bit more, obviously, and basically the same card. So keep that in mind as we go take a look at what DOUGHTY's going for. I just bought him. Yes, you heard me correctly. I did buy DOUGHTY, and I regret it, and I will replace him the moment I can. I honestly thought about replacing him with this card. But 361, so like, if you're going to go out and buy DOUGHTY, just go and buy Adam BOQVIST. Like, almost the exact same except for the body checking. But yeah, like, those are the values. So BOQVIST is actually a decent value if you're looking for a right-handed defenseman that, you know, isn't a master set item. Next up, let's take a look at RASMUS KUPARI. And again, guys, you have to remember that there is no reason to spend this much. Right now, he's going on PlayStation for 380k. You can get Koivu for basically that price, who is a better centerman. So keep that in mind, guys. He's got a bit better body checking, but they're both basically the same frame, and Koivu has a better better faceoffs and is much faster. So this would not be a buy for me. If you want to try and make him, sure, and if you don't get him, then whatever. But you know what I mean, like, not worth it in my opinion. So keep that in mind. Now, if he goes for less than 300k, at a certain point, remember, when they come out of sets, they're probably going to be more valuable, specifically this KUPARI, but I don't know by how much. But if he gets around 300,000, then it might be a decent value for you. Moving on to TEXIER, and again, he's very expensive as well, and again, probably because, well, you know, Howitzer is going to do that to you. This is a very well-rounded left-handed winger card. Basically, he's got... with Distributor, I mean, he is an extremely good winger card, but I don't see any way that I'd want to pay 365,000 coins for him, especially because he's got Barrage, which you're just not going to activate. It is not a synergy that is worth doing. However, it's not like this isn't a good card. This is basically the winger version, you know, of, I would say, a little bit better than the Austin Matthews, the dynamic duo one. It's close, but I like his, you know, all-around build a little bit more, but it's very, very close, because you could get that Matthews, you know, essentially for half the price. So, again, keep that in mind. Any of these cards, guys, anything more than 300,000, I don't know if I'm doing it, and a lot of these cards aren't going to fall under 300,000 because, well, it costs you that much to make it. Not many people are going to take the hit, risk it, and then sell it for under 300,000, so keep that in mind. And then lastly, we've got AKIL Thomas, and the reason why his price is so much is because of Distributor. Honest to God, at this price, just go buy a Ginla. Even though I love AKIL Thomas, just in terms of value, you just go buy the 90 Ginla. He's a better card, essentially the exact same card, and has Distributor and Wingman. Like, they're almost mirror images of each other. He's just 2 overall points less, going for more than the Ginla card. So, again, these cards are awesome. They're rare, and it's going to be, you know, difficult to come by, and I think that it's a cool flex to have them. The BOQVIST for 200 is probably the best value, because right now, again, he's going for less than what it costs to make him, and he's, you know, a slightly worse version of DOUGHTY. If you do have DOUGHTY on your team, you could save yourself some coins that way, or if you're looking to buy him, that might be the play. But again, I don't know, other than the fact that you want to have these guys because maybe you're a Columbus fan, you want TEXIER, or, you know, maybe you're a Finn and you want KUPARI. KUPARI makes sense, again, because if you have, you know, Koivu and him down the middle, you've got very, very good centermen that have one to Spark and Speedster, which are both very valuable. So that could be an option as well. I wouldn't go anything over 360k because, again, you could get Koivu for that price. Honestly, guys, I know I show you guys my my God squad quite a bit, but I made some significant changes, and I want to show you what it's like because this is the most fun I've had in Hut in quite some time. It's hilarious to play with my team right now. I've got Spark, Distributor, Swarm, Howitzer, and Speedster activated, and I'll show you my additions. So I had my first line, that stayed intact, Mario Lemieux, Couturier, and Gretzky. Second line of LaFleur and McDavid. You're going to notice that they're playing on their strong side hands. I've changed my settings to put on Crash the Net, and basically just they fly down the boards, and I just play for the backdoor tap in, and it's been hilarious. It's so much fun because both of these guys with all three of these synergies on, 96 speed, 87 acceleration, and then LaFleur is basically the perfect winger card. 96 acceleration, 95 agility, and 99 speed with 99 wrist shot. It's insane. And then obviously Koivu down the middle has been great as well. So just a really, really fun card or line to do. Then the third line, big change or a decent change here. I got Alexander Barkov in for Nobles. I still have the Brock Besser with Sakic. And then my fourth line is a Ginla with Crosby and Gaborik. I really like this Crosby card. Crosby cards I've not been able to play very well with ever. I just find they feel very mediocre, but this one's been great. And then on defense, I'm pretty stacked. So Ekblad, Heiskanen, Yossi, and Carlson. And then, yes, I went and got Drew Doughty. But again, I will trade and get rid of him as soon as I can. I might go and get BOQVIST just to get out of having this card on my team because I can't stand him. But I'm not really sure. I still really like Roman Yossi. He's done great. And again, with all of these adjustments or these team-based synergies, it's been nuts. In net, Frederick Deschaux is the best backup goalie you can have. Spark, Distributor, and Swarm are the best synergies. Having a backup goalie with all three is great. And then Rito Barra, who the only adjustments that I'm going to make is I'm going to try and get the 92 Bobrovsky. I know it's a mistake, never spend that much money on goalies, but I just want to try it out. I'm going to get this Bobrovsky here, and then I'm going to aim for getting rid of a Ginla and grabbing Line A, and then my team is done until something new comes out. But all right, guys, that is going to do it for today's episode. Let me know what you think in the comments section down below. And please subscribe. Don't forget, guys, Team Build Tuesday tonight at 9 p.m. I'll see you later.